Record. Okay, I think it's recording. Yes. All right. So we might be missing some people because I didn't know tonight was the presidential debate. I don't know if you guys watched that or not. Chris is like, it's the presidential debate tonight. And I'm like, do people really watch that? I'm actually kind of interested with it being Hillary and Donald Trump. So it'll be interesting. Anyways, okay, so tomorrow night's our webinar. And I just jumped on and did a real quick live video just to talk about it. If you haven't done, you want to do some kind of post. Tomorrow night I'll probably do, not too late because the webinar is tomorrow, but I'll probably do a post tomorrow. So if you don't get a chance to do it tonight, don't think tomorrow's too late, because if they can't make tomorrow night's webinar, we'll have it recorded and we can send them the recording. And what I find really is I probably get 25% of the people I talk to actually on the webinar, and then the other 75% have to end up watching the recording anyways. But you want to make sure that you post about it so they know that they have that option. And even in your post, you can even say, hey, if you can't make it with us live, then let me know, because I can still send you the information. So I try to always do that too. Okay, let me grab my phone because that is where my notes are on what we're going to talk about. Okay, so let me go ahead and mute everybody. And if you have any questions, you can always unmute yourself. I just do this for feedback reasons. Let me see if I can figure it out. Mute. Okay, everybody is muted. Okay, so as I got to talking to some of the new coaches, we were discussing signing up the spouse. And guys, everybody's been through training, and so you guys have all seen my videos of explaining the importance of signing up not just your spouse, but it can also be your parent. I actually have Chris is obviously signed up. Chris is a very rare case. I always say this in our webinars. Chris actually works a business, but typically that does not happen with couples. It's usually one or the other is working the business. So it's kind of rare, but I also have my stepdad signed up too, because now that I've advanced my rank, Beachbody's allowed me to open up a second business center, which we're not going to get into all of that, but in my second business center on my weak leg at the very top, I signed up my stepdad. And the reason I did my stepdad instead of my mom is because he's a veteran, so I don't have to pay any of his coaching fees, and I manage his account. So I have him signed up too. And I was telling them last night on the training call, he's 65, not that age matters, but he does absolutely nothing with social media or any of the fitness programs. He does drink Shakeology, but he does not do any coaching at all. So he's definitely one person that I have signed up that I run his business that he does nothing with coaching. So as I got to talking to one of the girls yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, about signing up their spouse, one of the questions was, they don't want to coach. They don't have anything to do with it. And so that's where it always gets kind of confusing of like, why do you want to sign up your spouse when they don't want to coach? Well, what you're doing is you're generating a second business. And Beachbody allows you to sign up you plus 2. So they will allow you to sign up your spouse and manage your spouse's account. And they will allow you to sign up a parent and manage your parent's account. So you can actually manage 2 people's account. And I do have a few coaches on the team that has a spouse signed up and a parent signed up. And that's how they got to Emerald. My coach, she actually signed up both of her parents. Her mom and her dad went to both legs at the very top. And that's how she advanced to Emerald whenever she first became a coach. And now, of course, Brooke has this huge organization, but that was how she got her start. And she has her parents lined up at the very top of her very large organization now in a very good position. So let me go back to my notes here. So one of the things I want to hit on is why sign them up even if they don't want to work the business. Okay, so you're going to be generating income off of your spouse's account. And how you do that is, first of all, you may not see it at first. Okay, the small things that you're going to see happening at first is going to be if somebody purchases anything other anything that doesn't include a challenge pack or Shakeology HD, okay? So anything that doesn't have a success point attached to it, then you would put those underneath of your spouse or parent's account, okay? So not only have you, you'll start to generate volume on that leg. And you have that person set up on your weak leg. That leg is the leg that you build up all by yourself. That has no volume on it. Your other leg is your strong leg, which is a leg you do have to build, but you also have help from your upline coach, okay, or all the people signed up above you. And anybody who goes into my business, my downline, my graphical genealogy on that Coach Align office, if you guys want to make a note of that, it's really interesting to go see what coaches are already signed up on your strong leg. I always thought that was fun at first because even though I sat with only 2 coaches for 4 months, I seen coaches being lined up underneath of me on my strong leg because my upline coach, Brooke, and the people that she had signed up before me were signing up coaches and they were going to that one leg. So I was accruing volume on that leg. But on my weak leg, I didn't really have a whole lot going on just yet until I started building my team. But because I had an active coach on my right leg and left leg, I was Emerald, and that allowed me to save that volume. And I started to bank that volume, meaning that it was put into a savings account until I was able to actually cash it out, okay? So when it comes to your spouse's account, anytime you have someone that purchases, say, just the 21-day fix, or they want to get energized, or they want to get the Fix Date cookbook, then you would place that order underneath of your spouse. So that keeps your spouse active, and it creates volume on that leg. And because you're creating volume on that leg, you can finally start cashing out some of the volume that you have built up from your strong leg. You'll finally have that ratio because you're starting to accrue volume under the spouse's account by placing orders underneath of his account from your customers. Now say that you, like for us, for example, we get energized on HD every month, and we put that underneath of my stepdad's account. So we actually accrue volume, which helps us earn team cycle bonus off of our own purchases. So anytime that you have, say you are getting something from the performance line, or I don't usually say order a fitness program under your spouse because I've made that mistake before. I say spouse or parent. I've made that mistake before, and I have Beachbody on demand, and I don't have it underneath of my stepdad's account, and I purchased a fitness program under his account. Well, it wasn't on my Beachbody on demand because I purchased it under his account. So you do want to keep track of that. So if you get a fitness program and you don't want, you don't have to have your spouse or your parent having the club membership, the Beachbody on demand, but if you order that fitness program under their account, and it's not going to go to your Beachbody on demand. So keep that in mind. So if you are going to be ordering anything underneath of them, it would be something like Energize or Recover, or any of the pre-workout things, Fix Date cookbook, things like that, okay? So you're essentially working that business for your spouse, okay? Now, another way, and a lot of the coaches on here, and I actually have a few coaches on here that are going to speak up that their spouses work the business, absolutely none, but they do generate income off of their account. And another way that you can do that is say that you make a goal and you want to hit either Success Club 5 or Success Club 10, okay? So you decide what you want. Most people want to hit either 5 or 10 because Success Club 5, if you're an Emerald Coach 2 and you meet the other requirements, you get customer leads. So Beachbody gives you free customers. Most of my leaders that are hitting Success Club want to strive for Success Club 10 because not only do they get customer leads, but they also get what we call Shakeology leads. And that's where Beachbody gives you customers that purchase Shakeology. And Kirsten will be able to talk first in just a little bit, but she got on the team page, I think last week, and did a post how important that these leads are because she made a $500 commission off of just her leads from getting Success Club, from hitting Success Club 10 and meeting the other requirements, okay? So once you hit Success Club 10, any other challenge pack orders you have, you can place those underneath of your spouse's account. because unless you're, it's not really important to get past 10. It's not a must unless you're trying to earn a retreat. Now, a couple of our coaches on here actually, and Kirsten being one of them, they're trying to earn the Vegas retreat that our upline coach, Josh Spencer, is giving. And he's doing that through Success Club points. So right now, some of those coaches are not giving their spouses the challenge pack orders because they want to have high Success Club points so they can earn this retreat with Josh. So that's where you got to kind of make the decision. Do you want to go on a retreat to Vegas and have the potential of earning that? Or do you want to take everything past Success Club 10 and put all those orders under your spouse's account in order to get volume on that weak leg so you can start to turn it out and get team cycle bonus, okay? I hope that all makes sense. And I think if you guys go back and watch the call where I talk about the importance of Emerald and I talk about the importance of team cycle bonus, it'll make a little more sense. And I think most of you on this call already have. But those are kind of your two options. You can place fitness programs underneath of their account. You can place challenge pack orders once you hit Success Club 5 or 10, and you will start accruing volume. So the ratio is 100 volume points to 200 volume points. Now on that strong leg that's being built for you, you're easily getting probably 200 plus volume points on there each week, okay? So all you need to do is get 100 on the other side. Now a challenge pack, the cheapest one out of 140 is 105 volume points. So say you put one challenge pack underneath of your spouse's account, not only have you earned $40, but you just earn, if you're an Emerald coach, you just earned $14 because you cashed out and were able to do team cycle bonus. So you're double dipping in income whenever you're utilizing their account in that way, okay? Okay. And I will probably elaborate on this again, but let me look at my notes. Okay, how do you earn income from their account? So I already told you how you earn income from their account. And further down the road, I don't want to get too over your head, guys, but further down the road, when you do really grow your business like I have, and I didn't anticipate this. If you guys would have asked me when I first got started, this was like a hobby for me. I didn't want to make this a business. I didn't want to leave my job. I say this all the time. I'm very truthful about that. It was a really hard decision to leave my office. I cried about it, but ultimately this was my passion. This was my calling, and financially it made the most sense for my family to be doing this full time. So once you get your business advanced, meaning that you have to hit 2-star, meaning you've sponsored 2 diamond coaches, 1 on each leg. Beachbody says, okay, Danielle, you have now advanced your business. We're going to allow you to open up another second business center. We're going to allow you to place yourself in your own organization and build a whole entire another team. And so that's what Beachbody allowed me to do once I advanced my business to that rank. And I put myself on my husband's weak leg. So if you guys can imagine, if I take myself and I put it on his weak leg, and now from here on out, everybody who orders a challenge pack from me, I put through my second business center. So all of that, I usually hit anywhere from 500 to 1,000 volume points a week, okay? That's what my organization, what I generate personally myself each week. And so you're gonna imagine if I'm placing myself, and just me is earning 1,000 volume points, and then the entire team that I build underneath of me is earning that, that's on Chris's weak leg. So you can see he cashes out every single week earning team cycle bonus. Now, Chris will tell you he's not real strong with retail. He's getting so much better at it, but he's not really a real strong, when it comes to challenge group. That really isn't his thing. He likes making the videos. He likes the social media part of it. He likes the marketing part of it. But when it comes to actually, doing the challenge groups, that isn't his strong point. So majority of his income, which is a substantial amount of income, is from our team cycle bonus. And it is because, I have placed my second business center on his weak leg. Okay, so that's down the road, and that may be kind of hard to explain to everybody right now. But for right now, for the basics, it's putting anything that doesn't have challenge Success Club points attached to it until you at least hit Success Club 5 or 10. And then once you hit that, you put the rest of your challenge pack orders through their account. Now, say somebody may be like, well, why does it say my coach is Chris Lake? And whenever that does happen, I typically just say, well, you know, we work this business together, and I will still be the one actively coaching you, but you're going to see his name on your account because we do everything through this business together. So it's never been an issue in the past when I've done that before. I'm getting feedback. I'm trying to see. Oh, there it is. Okay. And so I've never had any issues with that before whenever I've had to do that. Okay, let me see. Why is it a financial mistake if you don't do it? Okay, so if you don't sign up your spouse, then you say you're ordering Energize every single month, or you're having people order fitness program after fitness program, and you're just putting them under yourself. Well, if you could have put them under your spouse, then you could have created volume on that weak leg, and you could have not only earned a commission, but also team cycle bonus. But when you're just placing them through yourself, then you're not earning any kind of team cycle bonus from that. So, you know, if you're not using that spouse or parent as a second business, then you're really missing out. Now, say you advance your business as I have, and down the road you get to open up a second business center, then one of your coaches is going to love you because you're going to be placing your second business center on one of your random coaches, which is going to be really awesome for them. But it kind of stinks for you because that could have been income that you created through your spouse's account that you won't be doing. And it's always important to place them at the very top, because no matter what, you want your spouse or parent to be at the top. So Chris is at the top in my first business center. My stepdad's at the very top, and he was the first person I signed up in my second business center. And that is because any coach that you sign up in underneath of them, they get the full benefit. So if you sign up a rock star, say you sign up somebody that becomes a 10-star, 15-star diamond coach or whatever, and they grow this huge team, then your spouse gets all of that volume. But say you sign up somebody and you're like, I think they're just going to be a discount. And I'll tell you, like when Brooke signed me, she didn't have a whole lot of, she really didn't know what I was going to do. She didn't really think I was going to do very much because I didn't know much about Beachbody. I had never done a challenge group. I hadn't completed a fitness program. I didn't want to do Shakeology when I signed up. I didn't want to leave my job. That was not my goal. I was just going to be doing this as a hobby. So, she didn't have a lot of faith that I was really going to be this awesome coach. And here I am, not saying that I'm an awesome coach, but I'm a 5-star diamond coach, and I'm one of the biggest coaches in her organization as far as what my team, what we have done. So you never know who you're signing up and what they're going to be. And you don't want that person to end up above your spouse, because then if that happens, your spouse doesn't get that full benefit from what that coach is doing, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. Do they have to remain? Okay, so one thing that we were talking about yesterday that I was talking about with one of the other coaches is, do they have to remain active? They don't. If you guys typically, and I have a video, what's the best way to sign up your spouse? And as her and I was talking, she had asked me, well, do I just have to pay the sign up fee, the $39.95? So I sent her the video because the best way to sign up your spouse is to do a challenge pack. Reason being is that you're going to get the commission off of your spouse. So if it's $140, you're getting $40 back. You're getting 2 Success Club points off of them. You can get Shakeology packets where you can either sell or hand out if somebody needs a sample, and you're getting an additional fitness program. Otherwise, you're paying $40 and you're getting absolutely nothing, and they're not even considered an active coach. So if you order a challenge pack underneath of them, they're active right away. And that could advance you to Emerald right away. So the sooner you get to Emerald, the sooner you start to earn that volume, and you get to start banking it, to save it. You don't save that volume that's been occurring on the strong leg each week until you rank advanced to an Emerald or above coach. So that's why it's important to get your spouse signed up and to get them active right away. And then you just need that other coach on the opposite side to be active, and then you're considered an Emerald coach. Okay, so of course our goal is to keep growing your team. You don't just get 2 coaches and say, oh, I'm Emerald, I'm done. That's not how you're going to grow your business. That's not what's gonna lead to financial freedom. That is just forming a baseline. That's your first milestone in the business, okay? So that's kind of like your baby step. And once you've done that and you say you recruit another coach, you can put them on the leg where your spouse is, and then you can allow your spouse to go inactive. You'll have to pay that $15.95 fee. That's the only required fee each month. But you do not have to keep them on Shakeology HD. You can let them go totally inactive because you already have signed up another coach that's active on that side. Now, once you get enough coaches where you're almost to diamond and you just need your spouse to be active, then that's a no-brainer. You have to get them active again in order to rank advance to that next step of diamond, okay? So that's when you would get them active again. Now, do you have to keep them on Shakeology HD for them to be active? No. In order to be an active coach, they only have to have 50 personal volume points. So say you have somebody that buys the 21-day fix, that's 45 volume points, and say you have somebody that buys the Fix It cookbook. I don't know what that is, like 15 volume points or something like that, 13. Well, then that calculates to 50 plus, and they're active, okay? Or say you're buying your Energize, and your Energize is 38 volume points. And then I usually buy the Energize, like the packets. You get 10 sampler packets because I always hand those out in challenge groups as like little challenge prizes, which is always a great deal, guys, because I love Energize, and typically anybody that usually tries it in a challenge group, they end up wanting to get it and continuing on Energize. So you're giving out a freebie, but you're also promoting what you're doing. And everybody loves free samples. Everybody likes to try something before they buy it. So if you're ordering your own Energize and you're also ordering those packets for your challenge groups, then you've already hit, I think that ends up being 51 personal volume points. So you've just made them active. So they don't have to be on Shakeology HD to be active, okay? Now you, as a coach, you do want to stay on your Shakeology HD because you need 90 personal volume points in order to earn those customer leads. But your spouse does not, okay? Because we're not trying to achieve Success Club with your spouse. Now, one of our coaches, Kelly Branson, she actually did earn a summit ticket through her spouse's account. But they were buying Shakeology not just for both of them, but for their kids. So she did do Shakeology HD through her account and his account. And then she was hitting usually anywhere from 15 to 20 Success Club points a month. So she would wait until she got Success Club 10, put the rest through his account, and she ended up earning him a free summit ticket. And he's not even coaching, but he gets to go with her next year just to support and hang out at the hotel and go to the parties. So that'll be fun. Okay, so does that make sense how they don't have to stay active? They can go in and out of active, but the $15.95, now unless they're military, because I see Christina on here, military has no fees. They don't have a sign-up fee. They don't have a monthly fee. If your spouse is military, if your spouse is active duty military, then you can also utilize that waiver. And if your spouse is either retired, like my stepdad is a veteran, he can either be active or retired, and they can utilize that and have the fees waived too. Okay, so that's exciting. Yay. But I will say, in order for them to have that waiver, Beachbody does make them at least order 50 personal volume points every 3 months through that account for them to continue to get those fees waived. Okay. Okay. Do you need my show? How does this help my business? Okay. So I'm reading my notes of what I posted on the team page. So can it be someone beside your spouse? It can. Like I said, it's you plus two. So you can actually sign up a parent. Like I said, my coach Brooke, she signed up underneath. At that time, it was just her boyfriend, Jason, and now they're married. So she signed up underneath of Jason. So she obviously couldn't sign him up. So she signed up, like I said, her mom and her dad. So you are allowed to have your credit card on two people's accounts, and it can only be a spouse or a parent. Okay. And there is a form. Let me see if I can. I'm going to show you guys where this form is at really quick. But there is a form where you want to make sure that you get consent of their account. So that way, if you have to do a coach online chat or take care of something for them, you're not having to put them on the phone, which is really annoying because Chris actually has control of his account, and I was trying to do something with it the other day, and I had to have him right there because I don't have consent of his account. All right, so let me share my screen. Share screen. Okay. So let me log in here. All right, so we'll go to our Coach Online office. It's kind of slow when I'm doing Zoom and I'm trying to do things on here at the same time too. There we go. All right, so my business, and like I was telling you earlier, where you can check and see what coaches are on your strong leg that you're being helped with, it's my downline, my graphical genealogy. Now, what I like to look at, because it's a clear view of my own organization, is my downline sponsorship drill down. So that views only your coaches. And I have so many coaches ask me this. They say, okay, I got my spouse signed up and there's all these other coaches on my strong leg, so I guess I'm enrolled because I have a coach over there. It's only your personally sponsored coach. So those coaches do help you with volume. They do help you earn team cycle bonus, but they do not help you with rank. They do not rank advance you, okay? Okay, so you go to My Forms and Documents. This is also where you'll find the military waiver too. And the consent form is, look, here's how you modify your Shakeology HD, by the way. Team Beachbody Customer Coach, that's how you do a coach exchange. So the forms and documents have a lot of, here's your military waiver form. Coach account consent, here it is, coach account consent form. Okay, so very bottom. Very easy to find. You click on that, you print it out, you can either take a picture of it or fax it or scan it in, and then you send it to them. And then that means that you'll have consent of their account. Okay, let me see if I have left anything out that I wanted to talk about. Okay, I actually want to have Kirstens on here, and I'm going to have her talk a little bit, just because Kirsten is somebody that her spouse does not work the business at all, none, and she consistently earns a team cycle bonus by utilizing his account, and she has for a while now. So I'm going to let her kind of share a little bit. Oh, you're muted. Let me unmute you. Where you at? Okay.
Yay. Hello. So just like Danielle said, I wait until I hit Success Club 10, usually before I have anybody sign up under his account, unless they are just ordering, if they are not ordering a challenge pack, then I will send them his link and say, hey, I know it says his name. It's actually me who's going to be your coach. And then, so then I'll get like the 45 personal volume points for that for him. And then since they do roll over, if I haven't already hit the 100 on that side, then usually that will be what causes me to get the team cycle. But I have a cousin who 1 month I hit the Success Club 10, and she wanted to continue doing Shakeology. She had tried it, so I signed her up as a challenge pack. It was actually one of the Kickstarts or I think Kickstart, I don't know, it was a big one. So it ended up causing me to cycle twice because of that. So he got commission from that, plus I cycled twice. So I actually, just from that purchase, I ended up making like $70-ish, but she still continues. She doesn't want to sign up to be a coach, but if she does, that'll help make him emerald. But she doesn't want to coach yet. But so every month, then her purchase almost makes me cycle. If that makes sense, yes.
Yeah, because hers is a 90 PB, right? So she's just 10 volume points away from 100.
Well, I guess she's doing the power greens too. So it does make me every time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, basically I just wait now. I am trying to go for the leadership. So I'm trying to get all the volume points now. But if anybody is just going to be getting a pack without, like, not a challenge pack, just buy a program, then I always will send them his link.
And do you guys, and you all place, like, if you get anything additional, like besides your Shakeology, you always put through him?
Yeah, and on that account, I always get my Hydrate and my Energize. So I do keep him active.
Yeah. Cool. And that gives the volume. Oh, look, Kelly. I see Kelly's on here too. Hey, Kelly. Can you hear me? Kelly's our other coach that uses her spouse's account too. And she was the one I was saying ended up earning a free summit ticket through his account. But maybe I have her muted. Let me see. I updated my Zoom. Oh, no, she's not muted. There must be an audio problem. I wanted to say something else, but I can't remember what it was. Do you guys have any questions? Do you feel like that, did that give you more clarity of like why you sign up a spouse that does not do anything with coaching, or a parent? Does that kind of make sense on the income part too? How you can generate income through their account. And also, if you, Kirsten, because you said that you signed up your cousin and they regularly get Shakeology or Power Greens. If she did want to sign up to coach, you could still transfer her to your coach account.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's that option too. And that's another way you can use your spouse. I totally left that out. Is say that you are wanting to rank advanced to diamond, and I always tell coaches, try to make sure you at least have a business builder on the opposite leg of your spouse, because you can use your spouse to rank advance. And that's what I did with Chris. Chris wasn't really actively coaching when we first got started. I mean, he was doing posts, but he wasn't inviting, and he wasn't really, he was doing our basement, building our basement at that time. So he wasn't really all that into it. And so we signed up his stepsister underneath him. And then I had a coach that wanted to sign up for a discount, and I signed her up underneath him and made him an Emerald coach. Now, I never say give away your business builder. So if you know somebody actively wants to really run with this and be a coach, don't place them under your spouse. But if it's somebody that you know isn't, they're only doing it for the discount, then you can go ahead and place that underneath of your spouse or your parents, make them Emerald, and you then have an Emerald coach on that leg. So that happens often too. Do you guys hear that screaming?
Yes.
The baby's upstairs crying. Hey, Kelly, can we hear you now? I couldn't hear you earlier.
She's muted.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry, I muted myself. My internet was being weird, so I'm sorry I just got on.
That's okay. You're perfect timing. I just had Kirsten talk about how she utilizes her spouse's account, and then I talked a little bit about you and earning the free summit ticket off of his account, and how now you're kind of accumulating all the Success Club points because you're trying to earn the leadership retreat. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you do with his account as far as that goes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really, right now I haven't been putting a lot of business through there, but anything Shakeology, I put under his account. So that way it's building volume for him and under me for our team, for the team volume. And I was putting challengers like back when I first signed him up for those first 3 months. I would get my Success Club 10 and then I would get him to 5. And so all of those people that are still like signed up under him, when they get their home direct, then he still gets that commission, which is my commission. But that builds volume for our team, which then kind of we get, it's like double dipping basically, which I'm sure you've already explained that. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. You've probably already talked about how with the summit ticket and all that stuff. So if you're able to get Success Club 5, I mean, obviously you want to always work your own business first before you do anything else. And I'm sure you've talked about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was telling them you were hitting anywhere between 15 to 20. So it was to the point where you were able to still put enough Success Club points underneath him, you were able to actually earn his ticket too. Now the tickets are non-transferable. So it's not like if you earn the ticket for your spouse, it can be your ticket. It's his ticket. So yeah. And so that's another reason you want to really make sure you work your own business first before trying to work theirs. Because even if you do sign them up later and think, oh, I'm going to start, trying to earn a free ticket off their account, and then I'll end up taking it. Yeah, they won't let you do that. We already tried.
Yeah. So my husband does not want to coach yet, but he has used the word yet. So I have hope. But he's at least willing to go to Summit with me next year, which I think will be really good for just our family in general and him learning more about the business if I haven't been able to work on him before then.
And the cool thing about having your husband and working his account too is you can kind of start talking to them a little bit more about what you're doing and how it works. And so even if they're like absolutely not into coaching and they don't want to do it, you still have that interaction with them of being able to tell them what you're doing with the business and how you're utilizing their account to be able to generate more income for your family. So that's, obviously a plus there too. Do you guys have any other questions? Do you feel like I didn't hit on something or something still doesn't make sense? And please, 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 please don't feel, that any question is stupid. It's not, because I totally, totally understand that this is very confusing, and it may take rewatching this call or going back and watching the Emerald call and Team Cycle Bonus call before you really fully get it. Or it may take it actually happening. Because for me, when I was getting started, I was telling the call I did last night for the new coaches for the coach training. I was telling them that Brooke and I was learning together. So she couldn't really explain Team Cycle Bonus to me. So I didn't learn it until I started watching YouTube videos or I started seeing it actually happen in my organization. So I would get $14 and I'd be like, okay, where do these $14 come from? So then that's what triggered me and Chris to start watching YouTube videos and trying to figure out how do you earn Team Cycle Bonus. But fortunately, on our team, I feel like I know the business pretty well, and I tried my best to really explain it to you guys. But sometimes you got to hear it from a couple different people, and that's okay. So even going onto YouTube and trying to listen to other people talk about Team Cycle Bonus or the importance of rank advancement, never feel like you have to stop with our training. Always keep pushing on. If you want to learn more, and that's what I do. I go on and I listen to other top leaders, and I'll hear them say the same thing, but each of them may say it a different way, and it sinks in more when I do that. So never feel like, you can't go to YouTube and look at what other coaches are saying and what their trainings are. Most people's trainings aren't private. Like some of our team calls I actually make public so people can go on and actually hear what we say. Not all of them, but some of them I do. Do you guys have any questions? What did I not touch on?
Danielle, I think you already said this, but so if you sign up like your spouse and you don't have another coach, you're saving that volume, right? I'm just clarifying. Until you have another coach, is that what?
Not until you're Emerald.
Okay, so it doesn't save until you're
an Emerald coach. So that's another, that's why I try to help my coaches get to Emerald within the first 30 days, because every single week that you're not rank advanced, it flushes. So it throws away every single week. So the quickest way is obviously you sign your spouse up first, and then you just need one other person. And that's what I did. I signed up my husband within the first week. I signed up my friend Jessica within 2.5 weeks, and then I was an Emerald coach, and I started to accrue that volume. So that's the disadvantage, is if you wait. That's why it's so important to really be sharing with people the coaching opportunity, or talking about being a preferred customer, even if they don't actively want to coach. Even if you know they will not be a coach at all, you are at least having that person in that position as an active coach, and having your spouse or parent and your rank advanced to where you're starting to bank that volume and save it. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Yeah, so if he's just signed up but there's nobody on the opposite leg that you have personally sponsored, then yeah, it won't rank advance you, and it won't save that volume yet. Okay. Do y'all have any other questions? Are you sure? Everybody's always so quiet during this part. All right. Well, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me or your sponsor and ask them, because we know that this is complicated. And hopefully this gave you guys some clarity. If you are thinking about signing up your spouse or your parent, please reach out to your sponsor first, because you do want to make sure they go on the correct leg. We want them to be on your weak leg. That placement is pretty crucial, mainly for down the road. When you do something like open up a second business center, you want to put the second business center on your weak leg, but also on your spouse's weak leg. Under the baby.
Sorry.
All right, my baby's upstairs screaming his head off right now. So I'm going to jump off here. If you guys have any more questions, just shoot me or your sponsor a message, or ask on the team page, and I'll post this recording on there soon. Okay? All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Good night.